Hallo, ek is Edie. Welkom by my kanaal waar ons als saam doen. In this video, we complete an entire exam paper together. This is from Cambridge International Education, and it is the paper 2, Afrikaans Reading and Writing. I've linked 3 documents in the description. The one is the exam paper, the one is the text that you need to answer the exam paper, and the other is the mark sheet. Before we start our exam, I would like to take a moment to thank this viewer for going through all the trouble of reaching out and providing me with the exam paper and the texts and the mark sheet, as well as additional information, and even going so far as suggesting multiple titles for this video to make it easier for me. Thank you so much for trusting me with this. I really appreciate it. I think it's an awesome idea. And if you guys want me to make more of these exam paper videos, just let me know in the comment section. Afdeling 1, Section 1. Lees teks 1 in die bylaag met die tekste en beantwoord dan vraag 1, 2 en 3. So now we are at question 1, which is vraag 1. Vind in die eerste 2 paragrawe van teks 1 die woord wat dieselfde betekenis as die volgende woorde het. So, what it is saying is find in the first 2 paragraphs of text 1 words that have the same meaning than the following words. And then we start with the first word at A, which is beskadig. So for beskadig, if you look at the mark sheet, you'll see they give you 2 options. You can either go verniel or vernietig. But that is not completely correct. In Afrikaans, the word verniel is the correct answer because verniel means to damage, but vernietig means to destroy, and beskadig means to damage. So for beskadig, the best option is definitely verniel. Vernietig is destruction and destroying, so that's a bit too much. The next one is wyse. Now, strictly speaking, if you look at wyse, it would be the manner in or the way in which somebody does something or something happens. And the synonym there is manier, which is quite literally the manner in which. So, manier is the synonym you're looking for. Maak slegter literally means make worse. And the synonym there is vererger. The next one is rykdom. I chose ekonomiese welvaart. Why did I do that? You'll see on the mark sheet they said welvaart. Right, so rykdom means wealth. And welvaart means prosperity. And prosperity in the sense of things going well, as in your health and all of those things. Ekonomiese welvaart would be economic prosperity, which to me is closer to rykdom, because rykdom can also be riches. Wealth, riches, usually connected to something with monetary value. So I think ekonomiese welvaart is like the more correct one. So that's what I would have chosen. If they mark that incorrectly, I think they're wrong. That's just my opinion. Okay. Enorme is enormous. So extremely big, very big. And the word there that is the closest is geweldige. Vraag 2. Herskryf elkeen van die volgende sinne deur met die woord of woorde tussen hakkies te begin. That means rewrite each of the sentences starting with the words or words in brackets. Right, so A. Dit sluit klimaatsverandering en die verlies van biodiversiteit in. And you have to start with dit het, which means the sentence is now changing to past tense. Dit het klimaatsverandering en die verlies van biodiversiteit ingesluit. This one has a note again in the yellow, and I'll explain that to you now. B. Waterbesoedeling gaan die grootste oorsaak van menslike sterftes wees. And then they give you die grootste oorsaak So it's just an indirect that you're changing it to. Die grootste oorsaak van menslike sterftes gaan waterbesoedeling wees. You'll see in the mark sheet that when they change the sentence, they give the answer as sal waterbesoedeling wees. Now, I would think the correct one would be gaan, since you are just changing the word order but not the meaning. Sal has a slightly different meaning than gaan, and they used gaan in the first sentence, the original sentence. Sterftes gaan waterbesoedeling. And so when you write the second sentence, I would say still use gaan. So you don't need to change the word meaning, even though there are synonyms, and I'll get to that now. I think still use gaan. So sterftes gaan. They used sal, which means shall or will. And gaan means going to. So there is a difference in the meaning, even though you can use them as synonyms in some places. I would say just use gaan as a verb in both sentences. That's just me, but that is what I would have done. C. Chemicalië or chemicalië, because I pronounce it chemicalië, but people also pronounce it chemicalië, so I guess it just depends. Affekteer kinders se neurologiese ontwikkeling. And then they tell you, start the sentence with kinders se. So you're just changing to indirect. But it's a little bit different than the case above. Here you do add a word and a ge. Kinders se neurologiese ontwikkeling word geaffekteer deur chemicalië or chemicalië. So it's a bit different than the one above where you just changed the word order but didn't add anything. This one you do change. Word is added and ge is added in front of affekteer. D. Ons waterbronne is deur gifstowwe besoedel. And you have to start it with gifstowwe. Gifstowwe het ons waterbronne besoedel. E. Lorika Raug sing. Moeder Aarde sug iewers onder dit alles swaar. Now you have to start it with Lorika Raug sing dat. Lorika Raug sing dat Moeder Aarde iewers onder dit alles swaar sug. We move along to question 3. This one asks of you, beantwoord die volgende vraag in Afrikaans. Antwoord so ver moontlik in jou eie woorde en moenie hele sinsdele woordeliks uit die teks neerskryf nie. Right, so what this is and says is answer the following questions in Afrikaans, and as far as possible, use your own words. Do not write down full phrases and sentences just directly from the text. You have to paraphrase. So you have to write in your own words as far as possible, as much as possible, which I always found very difficult when it got to exam papers. I really had a tough time with paraphrasing, especially when it was like a very short answer, just a sentence or two, and I was like, well, it's right there. And it's said in the best way, and now I have to write it in my own words, and I struggled to find my own words. All right, so in the next sentence or the next paragraph, it says 15 punte is beskikbaar vir die inhoud van jou antwoorde en 5 punte word vir algemene taalgebruik toegeken. Dus 15 plus 5 is gelyk aan 20. So 15 marks for the content of your answers and 5 marks for the use of grammar and language, the correct use. And so together, that equals 20. So let's look at the first question there. A. Wat moet ons doen om die aarde en onsself te red? Volgens die verslag van die Verenigde Nasies. Paragraaf 1. So they also tell you where to get the answer from paragraph 1. And you can see at the top, I give you an excerpt from the text. And it's the part where you find the answers underlined in red. So it just makes it easier for you. So my answer is ons moet ons denkwyse en optrede verander. So it's pretty much the same as the one they give in the mark sheet, which just means we have to change our way of thinking and our behavior. B. Verduidelik wat Dr. Malan vreemd vind. Paragraaf 2. And again, at the top, you see the text, and then you will find the part where the answer is underlined in red. Ons besit die kennis, tegnologie en geld om volhoubaar te lewe, maar ons is te kortsigtig om dit te doen. And so that was my answer. I think is pretty much what they give you in the mark sheet. I can't exactly remember what the mark sheet said. But it basically means just we have all of the knowledge and the technology and the money to live in a sustainable way, yet we choose to not do so because we are incredibly short-sighted. C. Verduidelik waarom Prof Mbeki die mens as selfsugtig beskou en wat die gevolg daarvan is. Paragraaf 2. Die mens is gulsig en wil nie verander nie. Ons het 'n obsessie met ekonomiese welvaart. Dit lei tot massiewe omgewingsprobleme, insluitend klimaatsveranderinge en die verlies van biodiversiteit, wat die aarde se toekoms bedreig. Well, that is just what I said. I can't remember what the mark sheet said. Sometimes my answer will differ a little bit from the mark sheet. I tend to over-explain. So when I answer exam papers, I'm a very much, as you can see, I also talk too much. So I'm an over-explainer where other people can say it in 2 sentences and it's more than likely correct. I will explain it in 2 paragraphs and then somebody will have to find the answers in there. So that's just me. D. Dui kortliks aan hoe Dr. Malan en Prof Mbeki se standpunte verskil. Paragraaf 3 en 4. So they ask you to just explain in short how Dr. Malan and Prof Mbeki's viewpoints differ. Dr. Malan sê dat die wêreldbevolking moontlik gaan afneem. Prof Mbeki beweer dat die wêreldbevolking moontlik met 10 miljard gaan groei. So, Dr. Malan believes that the population will start dwindling and decrease, whereas Professor Mbeki is of the opinion that the population is going to have a massive growth spurt. E. Hoe sluit die boodskappe van Lorika Raug se liedjies, paragraaf 5, by die inhoud van die teks aan? And then I just said, die aarde kry swaar, omdat die mens selfsugtig optree. F. Som op hoe ons houding teenoor die aarde moet verander, volgens die slotparagraaf. Ons moet ophou om God te speel en die aarde so te misbruik. Ons moet ons leefstyl drasties verander en die aarde bewaar. We move along to the next text and the questions based on that text. It reads, afdeling 2. Lees teks 2 in die bylaag met die tekste en beantwoord dan vraag 4 en 5. 4. Beantwoord die volgende vrae in Afrikaans. Antwoord sover moontlik in jou eie woorde en moenie hele sinsdele woordeliks uit die teks neerskryf nie. So this question is asking the same thing of you. Answer in Afrikaans. And as far as possible, answer in your own words. Do not write down sentences or phrases directly from the text. And it explains again about the 15 points that will be allocated for the content and 5 points for the grammar and the language. Right, so A. Watter houding teenoor die aarde word deur die woorde Liewe Moeder Aarde in die titel oorgedra? So, Liewe Moeder Aarde, and this is how I describe it, dra 'n positiewe houding teenoor die aarde oor. Liewe dui op 'n liefdesgevoel teenoor die aarde. En Moeder Aarde dui aan dat die skrywer die aarde respekteer as die bron van ons oorlewing. So, basically Mother Earth. right? Referring to the earth as a mother, a nurturer, a carer, a safe space. And so usually if you say lieve, then that is an endearing term, filled with love. So that would be like dear Mother Earth, if you were to write it in English. B. Waarvan is die bewyse oneindigend en hoe word ons daaraan herinner? Paragraaf 1. Die bewyse van hoe erg ons die aarde beskadig is oneindig. Die internet herinner ons daagliks daaraan dat menige diere ly as gevolg van ons besoedeling en het verskaf konstant wenke om minder plastiek te gebruik. C. Wat doen die spreker om die aarde te red? Paragraaf 3 en 4. Die spreker poog om so min as moontlik elektrisiteit te gebruik, deur om nie haar ligte aan te sit nie, ten spyte van die feit dat dit besig is om donker te word. Die spreker bespaar water deur om baie vinnig te stort. Sy gebruik net 100% organiese katoen inkopiesakkies en koop geen vrugte of groente wat in plastiek toegedraai is nie. Die spreker leef hoogs spaarsamig. I'm losing my words. D. Bespreek wat die insident met die rok ons van die spreker vertel. Paragraaf 5. So you have to discuss what the incident with the dress means and says about the speaker or the writer. Die spreker leef 'n absolute groen leefstyl. Sy is opreg in haar pogings om die aarde te bewaar. Sy wou die rok so graag hê, maar sy het haarself dit ontsê, net omdat dit nie heeltemal van hernubare bronne gemaak is nie. E. Bespreek wat die spreker van millennials verwag. Paragraaf 6. Dink voor jy doen. Neem stappe om besoedeling te beveg en moenie net doelloos video's oor die gevare van plastiek aanstuur nie. As jy nie 'n bydrae maak nie, het jy geen reg om kommentaar te lewer oor ander mense se pogings tot bewaring en spaarsamigheid nie. Wees 'n voorbeeld en doen wat jy van ander verwag. Vraag 5. Beantwoord vraag 5a en 5b in Afrikaans. Right, so they make a point of telling you to answer things in Afrikaans. Right, so the point allocation is the same again, being 15 for the content and 5 for general language. And what they ask of you in question A is as follows. Albei tekste handel oor die slegte toestand waarin die aarde as gevolg van die mens is. Maar die fokus en benaderings verskil. Identifiseer en bespreek 4 ooreenkomste en 3 verskille tussen die tekste in hierdie opsig. Skryf ongeveer 100 woorde. Alright, so this is a lot. So what do they want from you with this question? They want you to go to both the texts. They want you to compare those texts. And then they want you to find 4 things that are the same or similar as in viewpoints or the way that they describe something, and write those 4 things down. Not in one word, but just explain it in like a sentence. And then they also want you to look at those 2 texts again and find the differences. Things that are obviously different in opinion or in how they stated something, and write those 3 down. Now what I did is I just wrote down the most obvious things that I could find. Mine's pretty much like the mark sheet. But when it comes to the differences, I chose the ones that for me are the most obvious. And it was the easiest thing. I would think those would be the easier ones to use in the exam because you don't have any doubt. There are some of them that are a bit more nuanced, and that makes it more difficult to know are they truly different or how to write them down. And the last thing they specify in that question is that you have to write more or less, ongeveer, 100 words. So don't go for 200. That would be too much. And you will probably lose a point if you go to 200, but like 110 or 99 or 98, that's fine. Right, so ooreenkomste, things that are similar, the same. Albei tekste verwys na die aarde as moeder aarde. Albei tekste verklaar dat die aarde beskadig word deur die mens. Albei tekste noem dat die lug en water besoedel is. Albei tekste verwys na hoe nodig dit is om ons lewenswyse te verander. Nou, die verskille, the differences. Teks 1 verwys na die inligting oor die aarde se toestand in die VN-verslag, terwyl teks 2 na die wenke en foto's via die internet verwys. 2. Teks 1 blameer ons gulsigheid, die industrie en politieke en ekonomiese leiers vir die toestand waarin die aarde is, terwyl teks 2 die industriële revolusie blameer. 3. Teikengroep. Teks 1 is op die algemene publiek gerig en teks 2 is op jonger mense gerig. The last question for this exam paper, vraag B. Dink jy die moderne hoërskoolleerder in Namibië of Suid-Afrika doen genoeg om die toestand van die natuurlike omgewing te probeer verbeter? Verduidelik jou idees in ongeveer 40 woorde. So they're limiting you to more or less 40 words, which is really little, and they gave you so much space, so you don't have to write that long of an answer. I said, nee, ek dink die moderne hoërskoolleerders doen heeltemal te min. Ek bly in 'n dorp met meer as 5 hoërskole. Meeste van die skoolgronde het rommel wat oral op die terrein sigbaar is, veral na pauses. Die kinders gooi nie eens hulle rommel in die dromme nie. How did you do? Did you complete this exam paper on your own before watching the video, or did you go through it while watching the video? Would you like me to make more videos like this one? Or do you have any other suggestions? Please share them in the comment section. If you are going to write an exam soon, I wish you the best of luck. I know that it's not too far to the grade 12 exams in South Africa. So I'm thinking of all of you guys. Best of luck for the studying and for the exams. You guys must have an awesome day. I'll see you in the next video.